Hello and welcome to BVTV. We're at round 18. I'm Jimmy Whitehead, joined by JT as always. How you going, pal?
Great, Jimmy. Another big week in bowls throughout the state. A lot of the country areas have started finals or even completed them. Metropolitan, one round to go before final start. Huge, big week in bowls.
Oh, it's been massive. We've got Division 2 to 7 weekend and all of midweek starting their finals this weekend and into next week down in Metropolitan. I know you've had your finals already, mate. How'd you go?
Yeah, finally broke the hoodoo, Jimmy. After 3 years of being undefeated and losing the last two on extra ends on grand final day, we finally broke the hoodoo. So much so that I didn't even have to play my last three ends of my game, which was fantastic. It was a bit of a sigh of relief, I guess, But yeah, shout out to the guys at Murray Downs. Great game and great to get the win on the board.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Good stuff. And you've got your region finals kicking off this weekend as well?
Yeah, look, we're trying something different here in the Murray Mallee for the first time, and it's not our idea. That's the first thing I want to let people know if they're considering it. But the Wimmera Bowls region, who I look after in my role as country manager, have been running their region finals on the long weekend in March for a few years now. And all the feedback was it ran fantastic. Getting all the finals in one place means people don't have to travel often. They can spend the weekend at the venue. And so the Murray Mallee decided to do the same thing. We've got everybody coming to Murray Downs who are hosting the event over the weekend. Some matches start tomorrow. Our biggest days are Saturday and Sunday, and then we finish it off on the Monday, So we've got our state singles pairs, triples, fours, champions, mixed pairs, all played on the one weekend. It's like a festival of bowls. It's like a mini version of state champions week, I guess, and we're also going to live stream it, something we're trying and innovating up this way as well too. So very exciting times up in the Murray Mallee.
Who have you got in commentary?
Good friend of mine, Dave Choco Alderuccio, is going to be running it all for us. I'll be nicking in and out depending on how I go when I'm actually playing some of the games. But and we've got a few other people. I said when you've got a stack of good bowlers coming through from the area, you've always got enough knowledge there to have someone support Dave in his capacity as commentating the games.
Well, he gives us plenty when we're commentating, mate. So it's our turn to giving him back this weekend then.
Yeah, so if you want to give it to Choco, tune in over the weekend and give him some stick as a commentator.
I look forward to it, mate. Well, here we are, round 18, mate. We've made it all the way to the end of the season. I'm still 2 ahead of you in the tipping ladder. It's going to be a huge weekend. Off the doubleheader last weekend, I was actually a bit worried this morning before we started filming. I thought JT's pulled 1 or 2 back on me here, but we ended up halving last week. We both got 6 out of 10. So going back through the results, it was a bit of a mixed weekend for how we thought it was going to pan out and some huge results for the ladder in the long term.
Yeah, look, obviously, and it's like any sport, upsets happen and you can't predict everything, but as we head into round 18, there's only 6 sides capable of playing finals. There's a couple cracking matches which will dictate ultimately who may play finals. But the first 3 teams in Deer Park, MCC and Bundoora RSL are all safe and we can lock them into playing finals the following weekend.
So out of the 10 teams in Premier, we've got 9 that have got something to play for this weekend, which is just, there's a couple of positional changes, but there's 9 that are live and can move around, which is insane, mate, considering we've played 17 games. I think the pick of the results last round, Yarraville Footscray in the live stream against Melbourne, put in a complete performance from sort of start to finish. Brett Mahoney pitch, he's on fire at the moment, mate. He gave a bit of a toweling out. So that was a huge result for them to put them right into finals contention. A win for them, a loss for Melbourne, or a bigger win and a smaller loss, a smaller win for Melbourne gets Yarraville in the final, which is massive for them. The other standout results from last weekend came on the Sunday as well. Lilydale getting up away at Bundoora, massive for them to put themselves into contention to stay up, and Croydon getting up at home to Altona. So look, all to play for at the bottom as well. All to play for in our tipping comp, mate. So let's go through these games and let's see how we go. So our streaming game this weekend, we could have picked any of the 5, to be honest, JT. We've ended up going with Melbourne at home to MCC. I think we'll see a massively high quality of bowls. Melbourne fighting for their lives to stay in the 4. MCC looking to try and consolidate that double chance in finals and stay in the 2nd position. How do you see this one going? You've got the rig draw for us, mate.
Yeah, so our live stream rink will be Benny Fern Cactus playing J-By Norris, which is a cracking matchup. We have Matty Elal playing Scotty Mortimer. We have Brett Spur playing Brad Marin and Bryce Young playing Brendan Gallagher. So we were talking earlier this week around which match to stream, and I think this is the main match. There's a lot riding on this, as you say. MCC want to cement their final spot. They're obviously already in, but stay in the top two. And Melbourne need to win to basically nearly stay in. If they have a narrow loss and Yarraville Footscray have a narrow loss and Altona don't win by a stack, they might stay in, but a win will guarantee them staying in. Basically, I feel so. It's a very big match, and so for me, I know which way you're going to tip because let's face it, you're red and blue true and through. I'm going to go MCC based off that to try and claw one back.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, mate. I will tip Melbourne. I think it's to be a humdinger. I'm looking forward to commentating on it. I'm looking forward to being there. Just a shout out to MCC while we're on it as well. They've got 8 sides this year in weekend pennant, and all 8, including this Premier League side, have made finals. So that's a massive result from the guys at MCC. Shout out to their selectors, everyone who's taken part in the mate side. So, fantastic for them. Look, I think Melbourne will get it. I think there's a couple of subplots, Benny Fernie and Matty Alala high for Melbourne towards taking overall top skip. I think so is Brendan Gallagher from MCC as well. So a couple of side stories there. But yeah, be a huge game. Next one off the rank, probably the game that's got the least riding on it is Deer Park Bundoora. However, Bundy will be looking to sneak a win. Hopefully MCC lose. They can get the double chance. Where's your tip going on that one, mate?
Yeah, look, obviously it's a cracking match when you think about first versus third, but as I said, it hasn't got a lot riding on it unless somehow, as I say, MCC gets 0 and Bundoora shall get all 18. But look, I'll probably lean the way towards Deer Park. Looking at Bundoora RSL side, they don't have their imports this week. They'll be still playing Premier up in Queensland. So I think Deer Park, pretty much at full strength, will win this one.
Yeah, I'm going to tip the same, mate. I think they'll ease into finals now with a win here. There's some rumours they might be playing on the synthetic at the back. They're getting it fixed up in the last week or so that'll help them. Yeah, I think they'll get the win there. We'll stay with the finals hunting teams. Another huge game. Altona, the Yarraville Footscray, ding dong local derby. Both trying to get finals. The winner here will be keeping an eye on what's happening at the Melbourne MCC game. I'm going Altona, just because they seem to find a way to win the big games. They'll be kicking themselves after not winning at Croydon last weekend. They'd be in the 4 if they did. What do you reckon?
Well, this is a moral dilemma for me because I haven't tipped Yarraville Footscray pretty much since Christmas. And I said Altona weren't going to make finals about 2 weeks after Christmas, and here they are both potentially going to grab that spot. Look, I think Altona will win this, and then they're going to be sitting there ready to go if Melbourne seems to slip up in that other match, So I think they're going to be too strong at home, and they will probably have their imports based off the fact that I don't think there's a lot of commitments for them guys at this stage of the year. So Altona for me.
Yeah. And then our focus towards the bottom, mate. So we've got the bottom 2 sides playing against each other. Lilydale, Croydon. There's obviously got to be a winner. There might be a draw, a very small chance of a draw, but if one of them teams wins and Mentone lose at Clayton, the winner of that game will stay up. Mm-hmm. How do you see this one going? This is huge. It's at Lilydale. It's another local rivalry against the 2, arguably the biggest clubs in Eastern, tagging Heathmont with that one as well. But it's a close one, mate.
Well, I was going to wait to see who you tip first, Timmy, and then I was going to, roll my tip back off that.
I already told you before the show when I'm tipping. Look, I'll go Croydon. Right. I think they're up and about at the moment. I think they've been slightly more consistent the last few weeks. I don't even know what I'm basing that on. I just think they've been in games a little bit more. It's a flip of a coin, but I'm going to go Croydon.
Well, they both had good wins against sides that I didn't think they could beat last week, but I probably found Lilydale's win against Bundoora RSL a little bit more impressive.
Yeah.
And that's where my tip's going to go, and I'll tip Lilydale.
Fair call, mate. And then Mentone Clayton. So Mentone must win is essentially where we're at. This one's been played at Clayton. Mentone win, no problems. They can go enjoy the Saturday night. Don't have to worry about anything else. They start getting close or behind in that game, they're going to be panicking. I know Clayton are missing a few this weekend. Mentone Clayton's also another rivalry. We seem to have saved everything for this round 18, mate. We've chucked a lot in. I'm going to go Mentone. I think they're going to get the job done. I really do. I rate the boys down there. I think they can fire up for the right games. They beat Clayton at Mentone on a wet Friday night on one of our live streams. I think they'll get it done.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Clayton side now, which are in Bowleslink, and makes it very hard for me to tip them. And I'm not saying the guys that are there aren't good, but I'm probably going to lean the same way as you. I've already got 2 different tips in you, so there's the 2 back I'm going to get off you, and I'm going to stick with Mentone. And there's a lot riding for them, hanging around and staying in Premier Division and rebuilding for next year. And I think they'll, and as you say, you seem to know a little bit of history between the two in terms of there's a rivalry, and Mentone seem to do pretty well against them. I'm going to back that in and tip Mentone.
Yeah, awesome, mate. We've literally thrown it all at this weekend. We can end up tying our tipping comp. The ladders all over the shop. It's carnage, mate. So look, thanks to everyone who's been a part of this season. It's been fantastic. It's been great to kick the live streaming off. We thank our partners, BCIB, our Metropolitan Pennant partner for this show. We also thank Moama Bowls Club for their help in getting this streaming up and running. We'll continue this show, Josh, probably for the next couple of weeks, mate, while we go through finals. Look forward to commentating through there. We've got the Divi 1 Grand Final on our stream in a couple of weeks as well, which will be amazing to see some other players and some other clubs come in. But look, a big thank you from everyone at Bowls Victoria for following us this season, and we look forward to finishing off for the next couple of weeks finals games.
Yeah, look, shout out to our sponsors, Jimmy, and shout out to everybody who's been viewing and staying in touch with us. You know, we get some good feedback throughout the year, and that's what we actually love to see. You know, because if we're not getting the feedback, means we're not probably doing a half decent job. You know, so yeah. Shout out to everybody. Good luck if you're still in the finals this week or starting them and all the rest of it. And thanks for another great show, Jimmy.
Awesome. Take care, mate. See you all.